Hey, good morning. It's Coffee with Big Cat. The heater is still on. I could turn it off. It's not cold at all, but I'm leaving it on because of the sheer novelty of it. I just can't believe the heater's on because I live in Los Angeles and it hasn't been below 80 degrees in 6 years. But don't worry, that global warming thing, it was a hoax because that fucking asshole on that radio show said so, right? Oh, God, I needed that. Hey, this, I went to this restaurant. This waitress said to me, "Hey, I know you. You look really mean, but you're really nice." I said, "Oh, you have waited on me before." The reason I mention this is because I'm sorry to take such a dominant angle on you, but this is actually just as high as my tripod goes. I used to put the tripod up on the counter in the kitchen, but I've stopped doing that because, God damn it, y'all are right. That coral kitchen looks pink in the little thumbnails on my YouTube page, and not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just aesthetically displeasing. So, hey, here's the thing. My big realization this morning: don't crack jokes in Los Angeles. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's a waste of energy, and it doesn't get you anything. So I don't want to get into 1980s hack stand-up premise land. Most of you are probably too young to have ever suffered the 1980s stand-up comedy thing, but comparing New York to Los Angeles. Hold on, I need to sit up here. Very hack premise. But I've never lived anywhere else, at least as an adult. I've only ever lived on the island of Manhattan in the state of New York, or in the city of West Hollywood in the county of Los Angeles. That's all I have to compare to. So, most of my adult life, let's say you're standing in a line, there's something going on with that line, somebody's obviously screwing something up, there's the thing, you need to fill out a thing before you get to a thing, but then there's all these other people who don't understand the thing, and you're in line, and somebody turns around and says something to you, whether they crack a joke or not. They just say something to you, and you just return with a joke. About half the time, give or take, they're happy you cracked a joke. They get it, and they're like, yeah. But at least half the time, maybe more, is the reason they said something is because they're standing in this situation and they're brimming with irony and sarcasm, and they're just they gotta release that. They're trying to soothe themselves and heal the universe. Sort of just put a soothing balm over the chaotic cosmos through the healing balm of sarcasm and irony, and they just got all that sarcasm and irony going on, and they share it, and then you share it, and then it's a thing, and then like somebody else in line will be able to crack a joke too, and maybe somebody on the counter goes, "I know, it's gonna," and it's like, oh, everybody feels better, But I notice I crack a joke in Los Angeles, and it not only just lays there, which I'm fine with, not getting a laugh. That's not a new experience for me, as you can probably tell. I'm fine with that. But the look of confusion and annoyance on people's faces when you crack a joke in the city of Los Angeles makes me realize it's not helping. It's not a great example, but I just thought of the very first example, the very first time this occurred to me. When we came out here on our apartment hunting trip, we went to go see our friends John and Heather did a screening of their movie at one of the studios, and we went to see them, and they said, "Hey, we were out in the parking lot afterwards. Said great job," and they said, "Yeah, hey, we're gonna go catch a bite at the Hollywood and Vine Cafe." And I said, "Well, where the hell is that?" And he enjoyed that, and we were like, "Yeah, right." I mean, we were like just kind of enjoying the sort of beauty of giving your cafe such a you're putting your directions right into the name of your cafe, you know. So we're enjoying that, you know. It's Hollywood and Vine Cafe. Where the hell is that? And there was this native Angelino standing next to him, and he said, "It's at Hollywood and Vine." And that look of confusion and annoyance on his face, I just see that all day. And it could be me. It's probably me. But for whatever reason, I'm not cracking jokes in the city of Los Angeles anymore. It doesn't help. Now, another thing about Los Angeles, let's talk about Silicon Valley for a second. So Silicon Valley is, you may or may not know this, is the Asperger's capital of the world. Of the world. And one of the theories behind that is that because it's Silicon Valley. So, kind of borderline spectrum engineers have been moving to Silicon Valley and marrying other sort of borderline spectrum engineers and having lots of kids who are on the spectrum. That's what's going on with that. I want to point out that Silicon Valley has existed for less than 50 years, something like that, 40 years, something, you know, 50, 60 at most, somewhere in there. But Los Angeles has been the narcissistic asshole capital of the world for more than a century. Narcissistic assholes and neurotic creatives have been moving to this town for more than a century. So I was in a restaurant the other day and I noticed, like, you just sat there and they walked in one after another. People who are just really into embracing the stereotype. There's no problem with that. The phone rings and they have to put on their sunglasses before they answer the phone. Bring! Hello? So there's one after another, people coming in, sitting down, and like, maybe this is me just being really judgmental, but, you know, somebody comes in and is like, "Oh, yeah, can we get the thing, but can you replace it with the thing?" And I got the other thing. "Hey, excuse me, I'm getting a call here." And then people come in and go, "Oh, can I get, is there dairy in that?" Narcissists and neurotics. I don't have a button for the whole thing. The whole thing was just about, hey man, don't crack jokes in Los Angeles because it is just a waste of time. This has been Coffee with Big Cat. Meow! 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 Hey, go enjoy your day. I'll talk to you later.